Welcome back, citizens, and thank you for watching. We would like to thank all of our patrons and channel members. Thank you so much for your support. If you enjoy our content, please consider hitting that subscribe button to help the channel grow. In today's episode, we'll be visiting the Vega System, learning about its planets, locations of interest, history, and lore. And that episode starts right now. On the surface, Vega is an unassuming four-planet system orbiting a G-type main sequence star. Once seen as a potential centerpiece for rapid human expansion that might someday compete with the likes of Earth and Terra, Vega has suffered as it has found itself on the front lines of the Vanduul conflict. Vega has 4 jump points. The jump points connect Vega to Virgil through a bidirectional large jump point, Oberon through a bidirectional large jump point, Bremen through a bidirectional large jump point, and Null through a bidirectional medium jump point. Discovered in 2402, the system was first settled 7 short years later. The 2 planets in the green zone, Aramis and Selene, were quickly terraformed. The system's population expanded, constructed cities, mined the asteroid field, and Selene gained its first UEE representative in rapid succession. That growth ceased with the fall of Armitage in the Orion system in the late 27th century. Suddenly finding themselves on a front line and fearing an organized, ongoing Vanduul campaign, the system's population decreased suddenly, as those with the means to do so retreated to inner worlds. Real estate prices plummeted to almost nothing, and the terror of the system's populace that stayed changed overnight. In the blink of an eye, the most profitable work on Vega became figuring out how to leave it. While native Vegans considered themselves to be on the front line of the war effort, few in the military do. With the existing infrastructure and connections directly to their homeworlds, an assignment to Vega feels nothing like being forward deployed elsewhere. Within the last decade, the system has begun to turn around. People feeling the effects of the difficult economy had begun to flow to Vega to take advantage of the cheap real estate. Even though early warning systems will occasionally lock down the system as Vanduul clans are detected roaming through Virgil, clearly that threat does not outweigh the appreciation some have for cheap rent. Even so, the constant threat of invasion still looms over the populace. Vega 1 is a dwarf planet located close to the system's star. No attempt at habitation has ever been made, and no interesting resources have ever been discovered. A single unmanned probe was all it took for geologists to discount the planet as a potential source of commerce or science. Truly stunning for an inhabited world, Aramis is orbited by a set of planetary rings that contain a number of small shepherd moons. The planet's biosphere, while adapted for human comfort in the terraformation process, evolved naturally and gave rise to a significant amount of flora and fauna which still survive. Aramis was the second planet settled in the Vega system. For most of its life, Vega 2 existed as home for a series of naval and other military bases, as well as a popular location for shore leave. The planet plays host to significant bases of all 3 services, including one of the oldest army facilities, Camp Mannheim. That dynamic has changed in recent years. Aramis has benefited the most from the recent population boom, resulting in several small cities of note and development of much farmland. Aramis was the subject of a massive Vanduul attack on October 5th, 2945, that brought about the UEE's call for war with the Vanduul. The attack crippled the planet's infrastructure, but numerous aid and rebuilding ventures are being undertaken by both altruistic and the canny. I'm telling you one thing, that Vanduul attack wouldn't have happened if our Vega was there.
You're staring at the wrong end of my size trees. You better be on my friends list.
The local governor's council was aggressively pursuing an application for recognition by the Senate, and Aramis was officially recognized on November 10th, 2945, days after the Vandul attack. Selene is the heart of the Vega system, though many suspect it will not hold that title for long. Although its population is down significantly from the system's heyday, it still maintains a population an order of magnitude above other border worlds. Selene is properly represented in the UEE Senate, with its seat considered significantly influential. The largest city and main landing zone is Titus, a sprawling megatropolis that seems to be the dream of its former glories. While the city center is quite developed, a rusting sprawl of construction projects enacted but never completed rings the cityscape. Of late, these have been purchased by outside interest in the hopes of revitalizing the region. The success or failure of that initiative has yet to be determined. Beyond Selene lies the system's dense asteroid belt. Officially owned by the UEE government, the belt is not patrolled and has been heavily mined. Independent contractors without mining claims of their own frequent that region. While it lacks particularly valuable materials, it is considered something of a training run for aspiring miners. The final world in the system, Vega 4, is a standard gas giant, a massive, dense, reddish-brown world. Vega 4 will never compete with the likes of Jupiter or Crusader for beauty. What it does provide is a reasonable stopover for those seeking to refuel larger spacecraft. Independently owned refineries dot the planet's orbit, and the outer layer of hydrogen is generally pure enough for individual sampling. Well, that's the Vega system. Stay tuned for more systems coming soon. See you in the verse, and happy mining!